Okay, so we're checking out a pretty cool guy I met. He's doing logistics and also manufacturing here in Chiang Mai at Go Terrestrial, and I wanted to show Luciano visiting. So this and take a camera with me. Gang, it's great man, great to finally get a camera shot with you. And you were doing cool stuff. We're gonna just take a look at, you're doing a few things. You're manufacturing and doing logistics at Go Terrestrial, right? And also
GoTerrestrial.com, yep.
GoTerrestrial.com. So this is the warehouse, and then you also have the manufacturing, which is really cool. We're gonna take a look.
Yes, we're absolutely. Let's take a look at the manufacturing.
Let's take a look. Luciano, you're gonna start working in the factory in
Oh my
Thailand?
God, I'm so happy to be in a Thai factory. It's the most beautiful and relaxing and zen factory I ever seen in my entire life.
Got it. Okay, it's good now, it's good.
Right. All right, so this is our small ceramic studio. It's got about a dozen people. We've been open for just 2 years now, and we produce about 5,000 to 6,000 pieces a month. And I can walk you through the different parts of it. So right out here, it's not quite in order of the process, but we have a bisque scrubbing station. So we're just basically cleaning once fired ceramics here, making sure they're ready to glaze. Over here, you can see some of our defective pieces, and then some nice pieces that just came out of the kiln yesterday. We have 3 kilns. So we have a smaller one and then 2 larger ones. If we wanted to, we could ramp up and maybe do about 15,000 pieces a month. But right now we're not at that capacity yet because we still need to, hire more people and, basically grow our brand out. Over here you can see a couple machines that we use. Some of our items are pressed out of hard clay. So that is a roller head, and that is a ramp press. And the way the ramp press works, for example, is you take a block of clay and you squeeze it using a hydraulic pressure.
Oh my God, I really like it.
Yeah, and then it just basically creates the shape of the plate that, according to the mold. Right now they're loading the kiln. We'll be firing tomorrow morning. So each kiln can take maybe 300 or 400 pieces depending, on the size.
Wow.
Put this all in the oven together, right?
Yes, all fired.
They're still not fired, those ones.
Yes, not fired. So you'll notice the outside looks a little powdery, and that's just
Yeah.
So
and after the fire, it looks more glazy, right?
When it's fired, I'll show you. When we take it out of the kiln, this is it right here. We haven't done the quality control yet, but this is an example of a piece that's finished.
Oh,
so
I like that.
So this is just a reactive glaze that we play with. So we get 2 glazes and we try to get them to melt together for a unique look. And you see the texture is a little interesting. This is done with 3D printing. It would be nearly impossible to have a human try to make that sort of
so
texture.
you work out on the textures of 3D printing.
Yes.
So you got this like
a level or something. We're nowhere near that. So this is a small studio.
Right.
We just do a lot of handmade kind of fun pieces, a little quirky.
Great.
Yeah, and then this this season we're kind of going into the coastal and ocean theme. So this is meant to look like a tropical beach water, with coral underneath. We have ocean, and we have some shells. So we're kind of, that's kind of our theme for this season. The right place, I guess. This is the clay cast. So it's a different method of pouring clay. So basically, we'll pour liquid clay into a mold, and then it will be
very handmade, huh?
Yeah, it is very. It's almost all handmade what we do. We just use a little bit of a mold to start the process. So you'll see this is kind of interesting. Liquid clay is poured into a mold, and then it sets. And then once the clay,
liquid plate.
Liquid clay. So
liquid clay.
Yeah. So basically, you can see from here, it's just liquid clay. So you pour it into the
And you
mold.
pour in the mold, and then you come up with
Yeah, so then
you pour it like this, right?
Yeah, there's different kinds of molds. This is it's got a 2-piece, and then we have this just open.
Oh,
So
that's great.
Once the clay sort of starts attaching itself to the mold, we then pour the excess liquid out. And then what happens is it starts drying, and then it just naturally separates from the mold.
Yeah, I got it.
And once that's done, then the dressing station over there, they will clean up the clay, smooth it out, make it even more.
Have all these waves,
Yeah,
watery.
yeah. So this is done with 3D printing to the model. Yeah. Station.
Sure.
So once we get these clay pieces that look kind of gray, we fire them in the small kiln, and then they come out looking like this. So they're sort of pink, and they're a little stronger but very brittle. When they're at that stage, then we can glaze them.
Right.
So you'll see the team glazing here. We do a variety of methods. So he's applying a manual glaze right here. Other methods we can use are straight dipping, so we can dip the piece into, like this, for example, this is a yellow glaze.
Okay.
And once it's dipped, then of course we clean the areas of the plate where we don't want any glaze to show up when we fire it. Going on here, but you can sort of see the experiments that we're working on. This is our latest that we're shooting for, which is very rustic. We have a customer that wants it looking as old and as antique as possible. So we had to experiment and come out with a glaze for them. So you can see it's already fired, so you can touch it. So they really wanted that sort of old antique 100-year-old look.
Cool.
You can this might be nice outside with some hanging plants or something. So we've been experimenting on a lot of glazes for them, with adding textures. We're still working with shells. These are defects, but we're trying to get the sort of the darker tones there to make it look more like a shell.
You're experimenting with.
Yeah. So this is a defect. So the glaze slipped off, and so you see the clay underneath. So this is definitely it would not pass QC.
Okay.
And a fancy restaurant, you could put a nice single bite dish or something in there.
Yeah. And really, family have a very similar type of studio like that.
Oh,
and
what do they do?
My aunt does exactly this.
Oh wow!
In Brazil.
Oh wow!
Back in Brazil, and this I really love it.
Does she do like buying ceramics before? But that we had so many quality control issues with the workshop we were buying from.
And you decided.
And we decided we're just gonna have to do it ourselves because we had demand. We had customers that were ordering, and we couldn't.
So you cannot find like a factory that's so unique.
We're so small that orders. Sometimes we order 1,000 pieces, and the factory's like, we want 100,000. So they just wouldn't work with us. So we had no choice. We had a customer with orders, like a couple thousand pieces, and we did the math, and we're like, if this customer sticks with us, and they've still stuck with us, we can just make it.
Right.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and also check out our Instagram at Global From Asia. Thanks again, and see you soon.
E-commerce like over 8 years.